And we have big news that have been released for all Anno fans out there. A new blog post on Anno Union. I will of course post the link to it in the description of the video below. The title is our cosmetic DLC plans for 2022. But even if you're not into cosmetic DLC, don't leave because they do cover other news that I will of course explain. I'm StratGamer, covering strategy, city building games, simulation, with game reviews, guides, let's plays, and even more. So don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already by clicking on the red button below. If you haven't followed the Anno 1800 news recently, you may have missed that we are actually getting a season 4 in 2022. Don't hesitate to check the video that will appear now at the top or will be also in the video description below to learn more about season 4. But today we're not talking about season 4, we're going to first talk about the cosmetic DLC. These cosmetic DLCs don't change the gameplay, they don't bring new tiers of population, new production chains, but they do bring new assets to the game. It can be new ornaments to decorate your cities, can be new skins for your building or your ships, and many other things. They are also usually quite cheap at around €5 full price, and many players have loved them. I will be fully honest and say that this is not actually my cup of tea. I love a lot more the gameplay than the cosmetic aspect of the game, but I still like to follow what's happening and buy one or the other from time to time. The first big news is that they've confirmed that this year 2022 we will get once again 3 cosmetic DLCs spread over the year. And we even know when they will be. We know that the first one will be in February 15th, so less than 2 weeks away. We also know that the second will be released in June, and the last one planned for autumn. We don't exactly know the months yet. We know that the first one will come in less than 2 weeks, so as usual next week we'll get a dev blog which will probably show most of it. It may not show all of the different buildings, but probably most of it. We also know the name of it, the Seasonal Decoration Pack. So obviously now we're getting a bit more into speculations, but the way I understand it means we're going to get 4 new sets because there's 4 seasons in the year from winter, spring, autumn and summer, and for each of these seasons getting a few ornaments and maybe a few skins to change some of your buildings. What we do know for sure is that we're definitely getting some more ornaments or skins linked to the winter or more sort of the Christmas vibe. We have this teaser here, let's look into more details. We have also learned from the developers, not in the dev blog, but from discussion with them, that in this picture here, there are 4 new elements. Don't hesitate to put in the comments below if you can spot those 4 new buildings. But to help you, let me highlight a few of the elements you can see, and then you just have to remember if they're already in the game or if they're new. We have obviously a few trees with some decorations. There's this one here and there that are the same size, but then there's also this one which is a lot bigger with some presents around. Then we have a couple of snowmen here and there, types of lampshades. There's these ones here, but there's also this one here with a lot of people around. Then we have a lot of shops here and there of different types. You can see that this one is definitely different than that one. We also have those pile of haze with a few kids playing around. Now, we don't know much about the other 3 seasons, if they will be indeed included, so don't hesitate to also put in the comments below what your thoughts are. On my side, if you think about the different seasons, you think also about events that are happening, I think there's quite a lot of possibilities out there. If you remember, for example, that Anno is developed by a German team, the Oktoberfest could be one of the themes. Otherwise, it could be things like Halloween or St. Patrick's Day. All of these could create really interesting elements. On a completely different aspect, if you're thinking more about the summer, things like pools or beach vibe could be quite interesting into our cities. And we know that the second cosmetic DLC coming in June will be focused around our industrial and production districts. We already have in the base game a few ornaments for this industrial district, but honestly not that many. There's actually a new mod that was released last week, which will be on my channel in the following weeks. So if you aren't a subscriber yet, don't hesitate to subscribe so you don't miss it. This is a mod that brings in total a bit more than 100 new ornaments, including a number of them for your industrial and production districts. So I think this cosmetic DLC could probably go a bit in that same direction. Things like big cranes that could be moving, storage tanks, and many other things. I hope they will surprise us with very interesting things for industrial districts. And then for the last DLC of the year, out of 4 options that Ubisoft is going to put on the table, the community will be able to vote. Like in the 4 choices, there will be a mix of types of DLC from, ornaments to building skills, for example, like the last DLC that we got. So again, don't hesitate to share in the comments below or maybe on the official Anno Discord which type of DLC you'd love to see in this community voting to influence the developers. At the beginning, I promised you that we won't talk only about cosmetic DLC. And this is actually something important, is now we're learning that game update 13.2 will also be coming on February 15th, so in less than 2 weeks. And this game update 13.2 is quite important because it should be fixing a few bugs that have been annoying and that have been sort of making a lot of players pause their game. Things like the statistic screen being broken for some of the resources like oil or also for your silos. So it was making it very difficult, especially for min-maxers, to continue playing their games. So hopefully in the devlog next week, or at least in the release note, we can get quite a bit of information on what is actually fixed in this game update 13.2, and also hopefully, contrary to the last few updates, this one is not gonna bring new bugs. Don't hesitate to press the like button to help the YouTube algorithm share this video with more Anno fans, and I hope to see you next time.